Thank you very much, Secretary General. Both the Scouts and the taverns are concrete examples of how communities are translating our he for she message into new cultural norms and behaviors. In this journey, we are working closely with experts in behavioral science. Please welcome our next guest speaker, esteemed behavioral scientist, Eric Singler.
Hello, leader of the world. It's funny to see this because in a lot of circumstances it would be really ridiculous. But today, it is the truth. Welcome, leader of the world. We have heads of state, we have global CEO, and maybe as important, we have the most committed people for gender equality. So I am so proud to be here in front of you and to share some ideas. But I have a big challenge. You are supposed to be the most powerful leader to change behavior. And what I would like is to help you to be better if possible in changing behavior. But I am a lucky guy, not only because I have this opportunity to share ideas with you, but also, maybe some of you have read the last book by Daniel Pink, When? The Science of Perfect Timing. 70% of us, including myself, are supposed to be at their peak performance at 11:30. So, let's see if I am peak performance, but 70% of you are. So what you just discovered with the he for she tavern just now is an amazing story which demonstrates that we can be effective to change behavior with great simple ideas and men and women working together. It is exactly what I would like to talk about today. How to be more efficient to change behavior for gender equality. Because for sure, changing minds is very important. It is critical, but it's not the final step. What we need for gender equality is changing behaviors, because all what we have to do is about parity at senior leadership, eradicating violence against women, or equal pay. And everything is not about changing minds, it is about changing behavior. And here there is a big challenge around this. And it is of this that I would like to talk about. We know from behavioral economics, the science which help us to understand how human people make decisions, what influence their behavior. We know from this science that we can be informed, we can be convinced that we should adopt a new desired behavior and not to do so. Why? Because we are not robots, we are human, with habit, with cognitive bias, with unconscious bias. So, changing behavior is not only changing the minds. So, educating is critical, but it is only a first step, and often we stop there, thinking we have done what is necessary to make people changing. To be effective at changing behavior, we must educate, but we must do more than educating to get results now. Not in 5 years, not in 10 years. We need results now and to change behavior now. The good news is in addition to all the good news I have heard this morning with so many successful action and results, is there is a solution. There is a solution, and it is called the nudge approach. What is the nudge approach? It is grounded in more than 40 years of academic experiments, and now the principle of behavioral economics and nudge have earned Nobel Prize in economics, including one awarded just last year, the father of nudge, Richard Taylor, with his colleague Cass Sunstein, are now Nobel Prize. What we have learned from hundreds and hundreds of experiments is small action, small nudge can dramatically change behavior to get big and immediate results. Small action, but big result. Let me share just two short examples. First, you can put green footprints in the ground to indicate to people where is the nearest garbage bin. And doing this, you reduce littering in Copenhagen in an experiment by 46%. Just footprints, 46% of result. Why? Because you have made cleanliness salient and the relevant behavior easy to adopt at the moment people make the decision. A second example on gender equality. When women in an experiment were non-consciously exposed to posters of successful female leaders in a waiting room prior to giving a speech, their speech was rated better by a panel of experts and the audience. A small boost of confidence just before the speech helps them to be more successful. We call this mechanism in nudge the priming effect. We change a state of mind before doing something in order to achieve a desired behavior. Small details, big impact. It is only one of the many drivers of influence which have been identified in behavioral economics that we can use, that you can use efficiently to change behavior. What is the secret of nudge? It's far from magic. It is the opposite. It is about science applied and process. In nudge, we don't create ideas. We create ideas which activate drivers of influence we know from science are powerful to influence behavior and change behavior, like the default option, social norm, reciprocity, ego, framing. There are a lot of tools that you could activate with simple ideas and big results to encourage people to adopt a desired behavior that they would like to adopt for their benefit, the benefit of the community, or the benefit of the planet. And since 2010, behavioral insight and the nudge approach have begun to be applied to solve world problems in governments, in corporations, in NGOs, with incredible results. It works. We have started to apply it with the E4C Impact Lab group and some of the E4C champions, thanks to two amazing women, Phumzile Mlambo and Elizabeth Nyamayaro. Please, a round of applause for these two leadership women. But they need you. The world needs you to get results, to change behavior now for a more equal world for women and for all. So, I leave you with this final request. As the leader of the world, the E4C champion, and the most committed people to gender equality, you have a key and critical role. Please be curious and learn more about the nudge approach and behavioral economics. In addition to education, to laws, to regulations that we have to do, you will have also tremendously powerful methods and tools in your hands to achieve behavioral change that can lead just to a better world. So I like to take the same wording of my amazing President Emmanuel Macron, make our planet great again. To us, I will say very humbly, make gender equality a reality now. Thanks for your strong commitment, and remember, we will be more powerful together in changing the world, but it is starting with each of us now. Thank you.